heart of the matter. I believe that every story matters and every heart deserves to be heard. Let's take a time out and discover the heart of the matter with Counselor Debbie. Starting on Saturday, every Saturday, 8 a.m. For advert and sponsorship, please contact 026 381 6967. Thank you. Hello everyone. Relationships can be a journey of ups and downs, twists and turns. But what happens when the road gets rough? Join Counselor Debbie as she takes you through a time out with couples, families, friends concerning the hearts of the matter. I believe.
Hello, good morning, viewers out there. It's another Saturday morning. Always promises to be an exciting, educative, and informative time with you every time we come on board. And today promises to be a very special one because I have a very special, distinguished guest with me in the studio today. And we are going to be learning, we are going to be relearning and unlearning. That's what this program always promises to be. Thank you for listening to Time Out with Counselor Debbie every Saturday, 8 a.m. Before I read the profile of our special guest this morning, we want to look at a very, very important topic that we feel is very needful for our wards, for our children, even us as parents, people that are staying on the ladder of increasing and developing self-development in their career and their pursuit of life. Because we believe in life, we keep learning. And there's an adage I heard from one of the distinguished speakers one time ago. He said, when you stop learning, you start dying. And I also learned something from one of the conferences I ever attended, one of the allergies that came. He said, in 2 days, if you have not learned anything new, that means you've not added anything to yourself, then you need to check your life. So that means every day we must learn and unlearn again. Okay, so the topic we are going to be discussing this morning is the role of libraries in promoting literacy and education in Ghana. We've come to see our words, our children of today, they don't want to learn and they want to have good grades. And like I said in one of my shows one time ago, I think I remember when I brought the Pont Tamale student to the studio to interview them, the student will say, oh, they gave me B, they gave me C. I said, no, they did not give you. It is what you wrote, it is what you read that you have actually been, rewarded by that exact result. So today it's something we are going to be doing, and I trust you to do the very first assignment I always encourage you to do. Pick up your phone, call your friend, call your colleague, call your neighbor, everyone that needs to be in tune to this program this morning. With me in the studio this morning is the director of the Northern Regional Library, Savannah and Northeast Region, and is in the person of Mr. Aaron Kuwono. He is the longest serving director of the Northern Regional Library from 2009 till date. He has served Tamalepa, that's 15 years. It's been a great privilege to have this man so dedicated and committed. I've known him personally for years now, and I see his passion and I see his commitment to see that things keep working. He's a born leader and lover of God and his work. And he's also a servant of God. Yes, he's not there, but I have to say it. He's so passionate about God. And he's very always open-hearted. Anytime you go to him that, you need assistance, maybe you want to use the library for anything, he always open up his hand to receive people. I can testify of that. He's also a go-getter and a team player. He's people's man. You see, people are always around him. He's also a consultant in library management. He also studied information studies at the University of Ghana to master's level. He's a provider. People, viewers out there, help me welcome with me this morning Mr. Aaron to the studio. Good morning, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for making our time to be here with us.
Yes, thank you. It's a privilege to be on time with Councillor Debbie. Yes, to also share the little that you have.
Wow, that's good. And we actually trust that anyone that's put to practice what they learn, because I've come to notice that people, we know too much, but it's actually in putting to practice what we know that we have to actually work upon. And that's why we have to keep hearing over and over. So I would like to ask Mr. A, one of the first questions I'd like to ask you is, can you tell us about the current state of literacy and education in Ghana and how libraries fit into this picture?
A lovely question. Yes. Talking of literacy, talking of education, is the ability to enable one to read and write. And when you talk of the state of the current educational standard or literacy in Ghana, it's approving. Or because of late, what you used to do in the past is not what you have here in terms of education. But most realize that you are trying to reach or bridge the gap between the learned and the unlearned, or the traditionalists and the non-traditionalists, where you try to bring innovation or technology into tradition. So the current state of education or in Ghana, I would say, in the large extent, you are trying to get to that level. You are moving to that level.
Wow.
You haven't reached there yet. You haven't reached there yet because you are moving. And the library, and public library for that matter, as it's been said, the university of all, or the poorest person, because our doors are open to every person, regardless their religion, regardless their sex, regardless their age, regardless their professional capacity. Everyone is welcome to the library. So the library place is the heartbeat of every community. And the state of the library is the state of a nation. If you have a well-equipped library, you have a well-equipped nation.
Wow.
But when the library is not well resourced, it affects. So library in education, they are twin sisters that move together.
Wow.
You can't do, you support what the curricular gives to them in school. And we come to bridge that gap. Quite recently, we realized that our system, about 2 or 3 past a few years ago, people went to school. The people, they went to school without textbooks. So they have to rely on the library to support them in their studies.
Wow.
So you are very vital.
Very vital.
Yes.
Wow,
Thank
that's very good. I think this is not even part of the question I actually wanted to ask you, but I think we have to say this. I remembered I was telling someone sometimes, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was telling the person I was going to the library, and the person stays here in Tamale. As in, I'm sure he's even a well-grown man.
Yeah.
He lives all his life here in Tamale, but he doesn't even know where the library is. And he doesn't even know that library exists. I was like, well, I was actually now describing where the library is. So please, for our viewers, probably that are within the Tamale environs that don't even know library exists, peradventure you're in that category, there is a library in town. I would like Seth to just give us a quick description of where the library is.
Yes, you have libraries in Tamale, and it's not in Tamale alone. You have libraries in Gambaga. When I talk of libraries, you have libraries in all communities, but I speak for the Ghana Library Authority. Yes, and you have libraries in Damango, libraries in Larbaga, that is a Savannah. Library in Mandarin, in the Bole district in Savannah. You also have a library in Gambaga. In Tamale here, you have one at the Lamashegu cluster of schools. And you also have one, the main library where you have the original library written on. It's at the center of town, close to the Jubilee Park,
Yeah.
on your way to the cultural center,
Wow.
or by the traffic light. That gigantic building, that is the library. And you know, the public library or Ghana Library Authority has been established to connect Ghanaians to the resources that you have. You have a lot of resources, so you are trying to connect Ghanaians to those things. Yes, and you have been in existence for over 70 years.
70.
Yes, you are called to establish
That's quite a long time.
establish, equip, manage, and maintain existing library. Yes, in Tamale or in Ghana for that matter, you are supposed to have libraries in every district.
Every district.
When it started in the 1950s.
Wow.
But along the line, the coup d'etats, the mismanagement of the economy has affected the library department or the public library.
Wow.
And you know, in terms of library, you have three main major libraries. You have academic library when you talk of universities. You have public libraries like what you have here. And you also have institutional library. The various institutions having their own library. Yes, so it's that regard that it goes this way.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I'd like to also know what actually inspired you to become involved in promoting literacy and education through libraries in Ghana. I think I said like 2-3 weeks ago, I visited the library and I was actually inquiring from one of the staff I met there. And I met this young guy. I saw him very energetic and very, full of life. So I approached him. Immediately I said, oh, I'm sure you're doing your national service here. He said, yes. I had to ask him, I said, what motivated you to come and do your national service in the regional library? Why not the banks? Why not this and all that? And the guy gave me some quite good reasons. I was like, wow, so people still can sacrifice to go do their national service in the library.
Yes. You need more people to come. At the moment, the unemployment rate is high. You need to calm down. And maybe, okay, let me continue. Let me pause there. Yes. The question you asked, what motivated me?
Yes.
I will say it's my passion.
Wow.
And for every passion is God-given. Yes. All of us can be engineers, mechanics,
Sure.
teachers,
Doctors.
or bankers. I mean, you can call all professions. But the beauty of it all those individuals, when they come together, they form a formidable team. As you see your body, I say the library is the heartbeat of a community. In the body you have the heart, you have the lungs, you have the arms, and the liver. Everyone has a role. So, and those ones, they didn't come by themselves. It's where God has placed them. So I would say, be in the library, God placed me there, and I have the passion for it. And in addition to that, you need to also study. God can call you, but if you do not study, you do not apply the wisdom to it, you'll be a failure. There are so many people are diverted from their, should I say, God-given talent. Because they've seen, this person is doing this, so I want to follow, because this is the trend today. But library, I am passionate, and I've worked with children a lot at the Sunday school, back at home, and I am today.
Wow.
Thank you. It is also good to be sharing things with people. I mean, advising them, caring for them. And I've seen the library as one stage where you can approach people. You can easily interact with people. Yes,
right.
And you meet a lot, and you forget them because you are a public personality. And
Thank you, sir. So also like to know what kinds of services and programs do libraries in Ghana offer to promote literacy and education. I know you have quite a lot. I'd like you to share with our viewers.
You have a great number of those opportunities or services. But I want to bring them into two main categories.
Okay.
the traditional services. When you say traditional services, the lending, the registration, the borrowing of books. Yes, you can do. But now you have added technology to it, or innovation. You know, the world is now moved to the technological area. So apart from the services, you also have that engagement with the community where we share with them. You open doors for them to have chance to apply and study the technology. In recent time, as we speak now, you have one of the services called Youth Engagement Center, where you allow the Ghanaian public, especially the youth, to interact or to learn or practice ICT. Because this is the order of the day. Yes, with our limited resources, this is what we do. And across Ghana, public libraries, they have in one way or the other opportunities to give the Ghanaian public chance to use their computers.
So is that service, is it free for any youth to come to use it, or there's a cost to it?
Yes, you know, electricity is not free.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
I know.
but for now, we can approach us and you see how best. In recent time, when as I've been mentioning of the YC, the YC currently you are being supported by UNICEF. So for now, when you come there during the UNICEF program or the YC digital library programs and other youth programs, is free.
It's free.
But when you come later to use, you know, you need to also maintain
it.
The competence.
Is very important.
Yes, and so that we can use it and let others also benefit from it.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right. Yeah. So I want to encourage our viewers out there. Probably you finished and they are still looking for employment. So this is a good opportunity for you to go maximize this opportunity that is available. Walk to the regional library, ask for the youth center where you could access this innovative and creative department for you to learn how to use the computers, how to surf the internet and be able to do things the right way. Because I've ever seen people giving job opportunities and they needed them to be computer literate,
yes.
And they are not, and that's actually kick them off that job opportunity. So instead of sitting down at home waiting, go and learn. You have it available for you at this moment. It's free. You just walk up there and make good use of this opportunity, because we know some of our youth also, they go to the internet to do the fraudulent, and no, that's not what we are saying right now. So go through the legal one, the right one, that can help you advance your field, that can help you to learn and be a better person.
Yes, in that also, you see, the educational aspect, as you rightly said, our IT director has control over it. Those who come, they don't go to any other side, but to help them promote or improve upon their education.
The education, that's
you also provide, and I need to say, entrepreneurial skills. Yes, quite recently you had a program where you invited registrars of company and GRA revenue to come and talk to the public, so that those who want to register their business, those who want to open up and learn some few things, you are welcome to the library. You have that opportunity. And above all the basis or the point, the core is digital skills. Because everyone needs to be digitally advanced. Yes, you don't to be at the highest level, but to have the basis. You know, around us now, almost everything has become digital. The phone that you are using, the tablets, yes, and things that even now our TVs, everything has moved digitally. So you give you that opportunity to learn. Yes, or to give you that skills. You can. If you have started a business, you don't know how to register your business, you can approach the library. We will help you and still to register your business. Yes.
I think you've also popped into my next question. I was going to say, how can libraries in Ghana leverage technology to promote literacy and education outcome? So I think you have said it all. They are not even saying for students alone. As an entrepreneur,
Yes.
you could also leverage on that access of technology. In fact, the technology is available to us. It's just that we don't know what we have access to. A lot of people just go there and waste away the time surfing the internet for irrelevant things. Thank you so much, Director. Also, we'd like to ask, what opportunities do you see for collaboration between libraries, schools, and community organizations to promote literacy and education in Ghana?
Thank you. Education is not the sole trade of an institution. It's a shared opportunity for all. I cherish the tradition you have. You need to maintain that tradition. When I'm talking of tradition, I'm talking of culture. Every ethnic group, every citizen is from a home, from a village, from a community.
Sure, right.
You need to be proud of what you have received from old. You need to polish it and to be proud of it, not to throw it away. In that regard, education, the schools can't do without library. The community can't do without library. If your heartbeat is not there, your heart is not there, you can't breathe.
Yeah, that's
So the library, they are all stakeholders in that education, and so they need to collaborate. And one of the collaboration, our doors, you have been established by laws, and you are open to the public. So you welcome everyone and you direct. Maybe where you have reached now, your voice may not be heard, but what you do, and by this medium, I believe people are listening to us, and they will come and see how best they will support the library to achieve its mandate the right way. Yeah.
So it's a good thing that we don't leave our system alone to the government to keep developing. We have individuals that God has blessed, and we know that some don't even know what to do with their funds. These are opportunities that you could use and to be a blessing to the people. I remember one of the time, I think it was 3 years ago, I was studying in the library, and I looked around. I said, God, bless me. There's something in my heart. That's an individual. And as God blesses us, we pray that we can do more. Okay. So can you share with us and our viewers so that they can know a success story about how the library in Ghana has made a positive impact on someone's life through literacy and education program, so that they can know that really what we are saying is true?
I didn't know to say that ABC. The result is out there. But let me point. About 3 days ago, I went to STC, the STC yard, just at the station here. I was there because I was seeing my boy off to school, and a parent saw me, and she waved and called. And when she came, she said, librarian, how are you? Are you in town? Are you still in Tamale? I said, yes. He said, wow, but thank you. At times when they greet you, you remember the person, but you are trying to recollect, and you can't tell the person that, please, hey, who are you? But so long as they mentioned librarian, I knew that. But later she revealed that I helped the daughter, not I say she wanted to. I say it's God. Yes, through me, the daughter, she's now in the first year in the university.
Wow.
Tech.
Wow.
Not any other university, Tech.
Wow.
So there's a lot of people who have come today. They are positions. There's this gentleman. He was very young. He's now at the UDS as one of the administrators.
Wow.
Yes. There are people who never come to you to tell you their story, but someone you see them.
Yes.
And some are outside today because through the library, they're able to have study abroad, and they are gone.
That's true.
So
I think I myself am a testimony of the library.
Across the distance. So, but what you want to appeal, you see, it's like you give back to society. They should also remember the library one day. Yes. What you used to be, things are changing. So you also need them. You cannot come. Even sometimes when you go to them, you even send proposal. They shy you. You run away. I don't want to do that. So the library is paused to support the community.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I remember when I was doing my master's, here and there, I kept going to the library to study. And when the result came out, I knew what that was for me. So I'm also a testimony of the library because, you know, at the library sometimes it's not as if you have a very big house, you have everything, but yet you can't really concentrate. There are a lot of distractions. So I just pick my bag, say, people, I'm off to the library.
You know, the very lovely place in town is the library.
It's the library, yes.
Yes, you have a lot around you, but you can make more on that event.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Director. So how can we also measure the impact of library programs on literacy and education outcome in Ghana?
It's like I want to repeat myself, but
yes.
it's a success. The people should testify.
Right, that's
they have seen it, they know it, and currently, again, let me say, we try to meet the unreachable with our resources. And you go to communities, they will call you because they know that it's the government institution. They will call you without even supporting you. Yes. But the fact that they call you shows that you have made an impact or you are making an impact. So they also want to be part of the success story. Yes.
So I think I also know that children also have a section in the library that they could come read. They could also come pick books, and you know. So I think that also enhanced their reading culture. That also enhanced their reading ability because their parents may not even have enough funds to buy those books for them. But through access to these materials, taking it, give them this consciousness, though, I need to read this. And I'm sure no matter how big or how small a book is, anyone that goes through a book, there's something to take home.
Oh, yes. And even these days, it's not only the hard copy books. You also have the digital ones, the online books on the Ghana Library app. Yes. And
so the Ghana library has a app. So can you please just in 1 minute look at our viewers and let them know about that?
Yes, you have an app. You go to your Google or iPhone and you just type Ghana Library and you register. When you register, they'll give you fill the form. The
registration, does it entail money?
No, it's free.
It's free.
Oh, so, as for Ghana Library Authority, you are free.
So don't be scared to go and register. When they are talking about registration, people always tend to think.
Yes, it's free.
It's free. Okay.
When you are registered, then you must give a valid email. Then they will send a code to you through that email, and you take the code to complete the registration. And you can start reading. You can start looking or borrowing books from the online shelves.
Yeah. Okay. So that is noted. So
those on MTN and Vodafone or Telecel now is 0 rating. So when you're on that network, you can easily have it.
Wow. I think you've also already answered this question. I was going to ask, what kinds of feedback have you received from library users, teachers, or parents about the effectiveness of library programs in promoting literacy and education? And I think one of the instances is the parents you met at STC. I don't know if there's any other one you would like to share with us.
Even the right viewer listening to me, view me, is also a beneficiary of the library.
Because for now, I'm just knowing that there's an app. So I've actually learned that now. So, information is powerful. So if you are hearing this, let your children be encouraged, by taking them, take them there.
sometimes we don't give attention. We only say, oh, go to school, go and do your assignments. Even some parents, they won't even check the words book. They won't check their assignment. So, and even if you can't afford all of the books that they need, you could encourage them by sending them to the library to get some of the books. You want to say something, Director?
Oh, that's very true. And with what you do a lot, but you need to be motivated to do more.
Oh, that's right.
There are things with all our successes. If you are well resourced, well motivated, you do more than what you are doing currently.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I know people who come and say, oh, there's this challenge, there's this problem. We don't, in Ghana, who is here that do not have a challenge?
Oh, wow. Nobody.
But the fact remains that with what we have, you manage to support all the. I said earlier on that the library, the state of the library is the state of a nation. You hear of developed countries, developed nations. If you see their library, it's developed.
It's developed.
You are developing. That's why our library. So if they put the library in shape, because you are supposed to support or meet every single soul, regardless your religion, regardless your sex, regardless your background, whatever. You have something at the lab, and that is the university of all. If you attend the library, you are a graduate.
Yeah,
Yes.
wow. That's important. I would like to also know, what are your plans for expanding or improving library services and programs to promote literacy and education in Ghana?
Oh, for the expansion, you still need all to come on board. You know, I don't want to hear in the past it was like this. Let's do it now.
No, that's right.
This is our time. Let's impact society. There are people who have the resources. There are people who have the knowledge. There are people who have the means. Let them come on board, support the library. You see, there are other people, not that I'm against those pageant programs, miss this, miss that. But if you put the library in shape, you are meeting an entire community.
That's right.
But it's not for you to share a bowl of rice to an individual. The person will come tomorrow. There's an adage you say, teach the child, teach someone how to fish
rather than
so that tomorrow he can feed on it by himself.
That's right.
So when you support the library, and the library with all this can also make the community a wonderful place.
Wow. That's very, very important. So we are calling on individuals out there. Are you a philanthropist, entrepreneur? And God has blessed you. Let it be a project for you. I know you might have a plan for 2025. In case you don't even, one of the greatest things we can do is giving out. When you receive and receive and receive, it's good. I think you said, blessed are those who give than those who receive. So out of the abundance of whatever God has blessed you with, if some people at the beginning of the year, they have a target and a plan and a project. This year, I want to support this, I want to do this. So maybe you are out there, God has blessed you, and you don't even have a plan on how you could reach out. This is a formidable platform that you can come to join them. You don't know the soul of that child that will go into the library, that will pick that book or that resources you've given to the library to equip the library. You don't know what you are doing. When you go to America, we believe that if our African system can be like that, everybody wants the government to do everything. But it is said now, and that should be our story in Africa. What can you do for America? But here in our African context, we want the government to do everything, which is good. especially if it's something that's mandatory for them to do. It's important. But I think as individuals, as organizations, as entrepreneurs, philanthropists, these are one of the platforms we could also equip. Like you said, whatever thing that is in the library, if it's loaded with resources, people can easily have access to it and they will be better people.
Permit me to use this platform to salute Ajia Sagitu, Swida Ghana.
Wow. Ah, she's my friend.
Yes. Last 2 years, she registered a good number of school children to be borrowing books from the library.
Wow. That woman is doing
Yes.
a great lot.
And
In fact, I've reached out to her. One of these days, we have to bring Ajia to this program. Ajia is
she's a wonderful.
Ajia is a great vessel in this land. In fact, you know, she goes to the campuses. She's mentoring the young girls. I've been in her program. She's doing a lot.
She has a strong team behind her.
Yes, yes.
And I will not mention names, but salute them.
Ajia, whenever you are watching me, I salute you, Ajia Halima.
Also, Promasidor Ghana.
Okay.
They also pass by.
Okay, that's good.
And everyone, you see, it's not the time to be mentioning names. But you are grateful for the little that you have been doing. If all of us bring our littles together, you are going to get something big. And you are accountable. You are free. You come, and whatever you give us will be used for that purpose.
And I think also as the year is going, that maybe Library 2 could come up with programs, new programs. I don't know if you have anything like that. New programs and services to support literacy and education.
You support them. You know, the ICT training you give them, there's one we call digital learning.
Yes.
You go to schools, you reach out to schools, and you share what you have with them.
Wow.
And you go to places far, not... Currently, the team at Northeast, Gambaga, they are having a program with the Wale district, about 5 schools in 5 schools.
That's good.
Yes. You were there the day before yesterday. So you meet there. You also go to places like Mandarin, where you now have a library, to also talk to the children. And you bring them to the library to learn ICT. You know, you impact, and you don't charge them.
That's a great lot.
You open our doors for our computers for practical sessions. Mostly, schools, they have form 3 students going to write, but they don't have, they will tell them computer. Currently, it's happening in most places. So you have to invite some of the students to come to the library for practical sessions.
Wow.
Yes. So, if you think that I'm telling lies, come to the library and see it for yourself. Because there's a lot you can do.
Yeah.
So you are welcoming them.
Yes. Just like, you know, when I went to Pasinkwe, the STEM school, when I got there, when I entered the ICT, section, I was highly impressed. They had over 50 systems. Imagine how many pupils do we have in a class? They can have up to 50. So that means every child is entitled to a computer. And, you know, no child will go through that school for 3 years and won't learn anything about computer. Unlike some of the schools, they only take them only through the theory. Some of the students have never even seen one before, especially in the communities.
No, you know, let me at this point also dive my heart to my director, Effort Xiao, for the great work he's done. And I hope you'll be doing it again. You know, everyone has his calling.
Yeah, sure.
And in fact, he nailed it right. Getting support left, right, center. And moving the library to where it should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
So I'm also saluting wherever you are listening to us. So before I go, I also want to like what we're coming. You know, some people they would love to do something, but they actually don't know. That's why we see some individuals not getting involved. So, want you because of this platform that you had this morning, what recommendation do you have for policymakers, educators, or community leaders who want to support literacy and education initiatives in Ghana?
There are so many policies.
Okay.
The challenge is implementation.
Implementation.
You pray that they implement the little that they have. If the library is promised an X amount on annual basis, let that X amount come to the library to do its work.
It's work.
Let that light be on 247. With the 247, you know you've heard about the 24-hour economy. And policymakers should see that every district should have a library. How many libraries do you have in the north? How many libraries do you have in Savannah? How many libraries do you have in northeast? How many districts are there? In northeast, there are about 6 districts or constituencies, only 1 library.
Wow.
So that getting people on board, that libraries should be in all the communities is very vital. That will also reduce unemployment. Give job, job to the people. Are you getting it?
That's right.
You bring them to Tamale or Nordin, you have it. And I can tell you with fact that there are some places currently, they have libraries, but they don't know how to manage it.
Wow.
And they also, at times, some will invite you to come, but because of your limitation, you are unable to take bold decisions. But now, policymakers, government, and other should entrust all those facilities with resources to the library to manage it and manage it well. It will reduce unemployment, as I stated earlier on, and it will open the communities.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So we are entreating our government, our policymakers to please kindly increase funding and resources for libraries and literacy programs, because everything good you want to do entails money. Without money, you are handicapped. Without money, you are limited. So it's very important you please in this new year put this to work, and also developing policies and programs to support literacy and education. Also collaborating with libraries, like Director have said, and community organizations to promote literacy and education. Because if all this is put to place, I'm sure we will have a better nation.
Oh, yes.
Because we will have knowledgeable people who are equipped. We will have students who are knowledgeable. You know, when a child has opportunity to learn and, you know, to explore, you could see them even going for international competition. They will be able to stand in rank with developed countries. There is nothing that makes a developed country without a functional library. So this is a take-home for us. If we are admiring all the great countries we all admire, it's because their library is functional. We don't want it to be, books that has been for years and years that are not even up to date again. Those are the things in our library. So we need fundings so that our libraries can be equipped.
It's good to know your history and keep it,
Yes.
so that you don't go against.
That's right. That's right. So how can our viewers out there get involved in supporting libraries and literacy initiatives in Ghana, in case they want to?
Our doors are open. You are welcome to the library anytime. Feel free to come pass by. You can take my contact through the producer of this program. But you know the library where it's situated, just by the Jubilee Park, that gigantic building, or on your way to the passport office. That is the enclave of the library. You are welcome.
So in case you also want to donate books, I'm sure it's also welcome if people want to donate books.
Not books alone.
Not books alone.
You bring books, you bring tablets,
Tablet.
you bring l'argent.
I remember, I think there was one time also I went, such as I had, I donated some books. So for those of you that you are aspiring to help people, please, this is a notable platform that you could use your books. Even sometimes we could go beyond the literal books alone we are seeing. Comfortability in the library is very important. We need ACs, air conditioning. And so if God has blessed you, come and buy air conditioning to the library, because when you have a good environment of learning, then the reading you'll be able to assimilate. Not that you are reading and you are sweating, the heat is there and all that. So many things, the lightning and everything. There are so many things you could do. Just like the director have said, it's a place that is not so hard to get. You could always walk up to the library, ask for the director, Mr. Aaron, and ask him how you could be of help. You can donate books like we have said. It could be cash. It could be anything. So, Director, thank you so much for your time today. I don't know the last words you may want to give to our viewers so that, and encourage, and especially this, but I don't know why. Before we go, we need to look at this. Today, children don't want to read. What can we say to that? And even this opportunity we give them to have phones and the internet, most of them, when they get there, it's something else they are doing. It's when they see daddy and mommy coming, they will be changing the screen. Pretending. What can we do to tackle that?
Yes, for every challenge or for every smoke, they say there's always a fire. They say charity begins at home. It starts from the parents themselves. For we parents to show the direction to our children.
Okay.
And also to guide them to what they should do. And also, when you talk of literacy, some of the schools these days, most teachers are not born teachers. If I say born teachers, core teachers.
Teachers with passion. They don't have the
there's
passion.
A sacrifice to handle them. So you need to call on the GES to look at that all teachers or any teacher in the classroom should have that passion for the learner. So, and I'll come back to tradition and culture.
Okay.
Those in my times when I was born, I don't belong to my parents alone. I was for the community. The moment I go wayward, I'm being brought to books. But these days, children, when you try to discipline them, you have an attack. So it has made them go that way, but it's not lost. You can still pray to God to give us the strength and the ability to handle them. Because you can't do that on our own. You need to bring them and talk to them. That's why you need more support for our programs in schools and to bring them closer to schools. There's one program that you do at the library, Personality Read. And in recent time, we try to make them interact with the resource person or the mentor. In the sense that you pick someone from this place who attended Kuli Kuli school or a public school. But today, that person is a CEO. That person is at this position in an institution. That person will surely inspire the young one that you see.
Wow.
I know a lot of young guys and young ladies want to be like me tomorrow. You need to be firm, to steady, and not to follow the crowd, the peers. Take the right disposition and follow your God-given desires. In all this, for these children, the society should put things in place to meet their demands, not to leave them on their own. You know, it's quite recent. Nowadays, if you go at the traffic lights, the one on the way to the regional RCC, the one in town, let's say at every junction where you have the traffic light, you see beggars in their numbers. As soon as you try to wait for the light to become green for you to move, they'll bounce on you. These children, if they are not taken care of now, you allow them to stay there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They'll become street something, and they'll become dangerous to our health. So it's a societal challenge which you need to sit down and see how best our bylaws are implemented. And you know, you are all stakeholders. Everyone has a role to play.
You're right.
So it's not but we have even a comfort zone where you can bring those people from the street and bring them to the library to read. So at times you have also entertainment. We can entertain them, and they'll go home and sleep and come back.
Wow, that's great to hear. Because I remember I was in UDS, that's University of Development Studies. I was at the faculty of, I think, bioscience or something, and I was talking to the person in charge. He said there are lots of resources for the students, but it's quite unfortunate that many of them would not even come to use it. And the few that will come to use it, you can see the impact of it. And you know, when they come to the school, I'm sure they do orientation for them. They tell them you need to study, you need to have good grades and all that. Well, I don't know, it's probably the fun and the pleasure, which we know they need. But I don't know how our words can balance all this so that at least they will take their education and their learning as well. Because some of these parents are really struggling with their hard-earned money to send them to school. I think it's UCC that implemented that sometimes ago, that they give them opportunity to write the exams again, they rewrite. But at the time, if you can't do well, they will send them from the school. How would such parents feel having spent a lot? Is it the money you are using to feed your clothing, the school fees, and accommodation and all that? But yet, I don't know. How can we help our wards?
Yes. Let's pray to God for them.
Okay.
Let's commit them to God. And we ourselves get closer to God the more on their behalf. You know, these children you have is a gift from God to us. You need to handle them. This is our tomorrow.
That's right.
If you want to have a better tomorrow, you must have good children now. If not, your tomorrow will be gone.
That's right. I also want to buttress on what you said. In those days, we believe it's all the parents that have given birth to the children, but it's everybody that's also indirectly parents to. But it's not like that today. Even if the class teacher does something extensively, we parents will react, and they know the talk of somebody in the community trying, and that has made a lot of people cave in. Even some, they will see some of the children doing some things. They know if they talk, they don't know the parents' reaction. So I think that's also very, very important for us to know that we are all co-laborers trying to bring the best out of our children. It's been an exciting time. I want to thank the director of Regional Library, Tamale, specifically for making out time to be with us. I don't know if he has a last word for our viewers before we wrap it for the day.
My last word is trust in God, have faith in God, and follow Him. And also want to thank the organizers of this program. My beautiful wife, I love you and I salute you. To my children, I also I don't forget my my colleagues in Tamale, Damango, Larbaga, Gambaga, Mandare, and Ghana as whole. And Aminu is there. Thanks up to you. Yes. And all my loved ones. Yes, I know I didn't mention some names, but don't worry. You are in my heart, and I love you. Keep bringing the support. Keep bringing the support.
Yes, we need the support. We need the support. Like Time Out with Counselor Debbie also need the support to keep being on her. You know, we've also given you opportunity here. If there are any topics you would like us to talk about, feel free to contact us, WhatsApp us, or you're going through depression, you're going through anxiety, you're going through low self-esteem, adolescent crisis, whatsoever. Katie Counseling Services, we offer that service to you so that you could be the best version of yourself. Time Out with Counselor Debbie always promises to be an exciting time, but we need sponsorship, we need adverts so that we can remain on air. And I trust that this year is going to be a great year. Having learned and having heard all that you have learned, if you're a young person, I challenge you and you don't have anything to do, instead of roaming the road, go to the regional library starting from Monday. In fact, if I know your house, I'll come and pick you and I'll send you to the library, because there's this time that we have to be proactive. You want a great future, you need to begin to take steps, because they says nobody move forward sitting down. If you want to move forward, you need to step out and begin to take steps. And learning, because information is very powerful. When you begin to learn, you begin to, give yourself opportunities to explore in various means and various ways. Thank you for always tuning in to Time Out with Counselor Debbie. You could go to our website, you could go to our YouTube channel for the recordings of previous sessions. You would have access to it. And do not forget, when you go there, like, comment, share with us what you want us to discuss on this show. And above all, if you have not subscribed to that YouTube channel, we encourage you to do that. Thank you so much for listening in, and bye for now. God bless you. Bye. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. Relationships can be a journey